I'm not a whack ugly bitch. My nigga still got ass. I'm still thick.
What's going on, guys? BMS and Naya back with another video. Make sure you guys don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So here we go.
I'm not a whack ugly bitch. My nigga still got ass. I'm still thick. I still got ass. Like, what the
You don't look like your gram. You don't. You don't. I'm just saying. You feel me? And I'm saying it in the most respectful way. Like, the way your Instagram looks and the way you look in real life is not the same thing. Your waist is like going on Instagram. Your ass is big on Instagram. It's a whole. It's like, listen. It's not even a debate. You feel me? It's not the same thing at all. And I just wish I knew before I spent $400. You feel me? I could have just gave this $400 to my little sister or something.
All right, so what are your thoughts on guys flying women out? Because for me, and maybe I'm showing my age a little bit, but we didn't fly women out, right? We cold approached women in our city, right? If it was at the mall or on the street or, you know, wherever, right? We would cold approach women and ultimately bag women that way, right? And you fast forward to 2021, guys are, you know, flying women out. They're not necessarily having game, so to speak, but they're just using their money and, you know, Instagram posts and photos and things of that nature to ultimately bag these women. And furthermore, why would you spend $400 on a woman that you've never met before, anticipating that she looks a certain way? When you look at social media and Instagram, it's just a bag of lies. So what are your thoughts on that?
I'm just confused why this man decided to spend $400 for this. I guess she's popular on IG, whatever. So I don't know. Maybe they've never even saw a video. Because I'm trying to think. Video is it's hard to fake that, right? To
You
show
think
like,
so?
For a video versus a picture.
It's about
so
angles.
You're on FaceTime. No, but if you're on FaceTime, you know what I mean? Like you can see like oh, like what are you wearing today or something, right? Like he can get an idea of like what she looks like before investing the $400 for her to meet him and wherever he's at.
I'm gonna say something. Women don't. It's weird. Even though women have scandalous photos on Instagram, they don't like when guys ask them for photos. They don't like when guys ask them what they're wearing. Send me an exclusive photo. Typically speaking, women don't like that.
Listen, then don't spend $400 to fly her out then, because clearly something's fishy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if she's okay, so if let's say he were to ask her, being like, oh, like let's hop on FaceTime, right? Like then and there, or like later on in the evening, whatever. So if he sees her on FaceTime and he's still like okay with the way she looks, and then he spends the $400, then it is what it is. What happens when she gets there, right?
Yeah.
But if he didn't do that, come on, you have to be a bit smarter. Like,
Yeah, but it's, I mean, depending on if you have game, like I said, it's hard to get women to show their body on FaceTime.
Oh, okay. Well, again, I really
you got to kind of finesse it in a way where you're not being creepy with it. You know what I mean?
Okay. So I still think he shouldn't have done it, to be honest with you, because Instagram is all fake though.
Yeah.
Like the reason why women, okay, so a lot of women obviously Photoshop their pictures. So it's going to take 2 to 5 business days for her to Photoshop a good photo of her, Photoshop it, then send it to you. So that's why she's not going to feel comfortable sending you a photo if she's not dressed up or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So,
And the dude's in Miami. I did a little research
yeah?
on him. He's in Miami. I mean, if you have game, you should be able to get Miami chicks left and right.
Yeah.
Right? You look at the chicks on Fresh and Fit. I mean, most of them are 304s. You know what I mean?
She belongs to the streets.
So it shouldn't be any issue for you to grab a Miami chick.
But sometimes do you find that guys like can idolize certain women on Instagram, even though there's a bunch of options right in front of you that are like just as good looking as her? It's different because you've made like a little note in your head being like, that's the one I wanna get. You know, so it could be one of those things where it's like it's a challenge because she's further away, obviously. You know, I'm just trying to think of like why.
So okay, let me ask you this: does he look beta in this situation, or is the issue more on the woman?
Oh, that's a good question. Honestly, it's low-key on both sides where I'm like, why?
You got to pick one.
Okay. Is the guy looking beta? You know what? I think it's more on the guy's side. because he's the one who's up like footing the money and telling her to come see him. So it's all in his control, right? Because if he's like, nah, this would have never happened, right? And he would have just avoided this whole situation. So I think it's more on him. If he just gave the $400 to his little sister, like he said, she probably could have did something better with that money than this nonsense of a situation. So
yeah, I would agree. If you have game, you can get women anywhere, right? You can go to the mall, go to the club, wherever, right? Library, like wherever you go on a day-to-day basis. If you have game, generally speaking, you should be able to pull women in any environment, right? So you shouldn't have to fly a woman out, spend $400 to ultimately see. Here's the thing, like for me, when I was single, I wouldn't spend money on a woman until something happened. And when I say money, I mean big money, right? Like I wouldn't spend big money on a woman until something sexually happened.
Okay, nice to meet you, Michelle.
honestly, wouldn't a better play just be like, okay, so let me know when you're in Miami and we'll link up when you're here. Hands off.
So that
it's on her.
he's not paying for the bills. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, seriously. Like, I'm just trying to think of a way he could have finessed this better. Like, if he was obviously they were maybe talking a little bit, and he was feeling her, being like, yo, like, next time you're in Miami, let me know and we can link. You know, and then in the meantime, obviously it's Miami, so you can like bag other girls in the area, right? So in the meantime, you're still doing your thing. You're not holding out on this girl and then spending $400 for what, right? So when she ends up coming to Miami, then you have like, you know, and if she's genuinely like, she's really trying to like link up with you, she may force a trip earlier. And then there you go. So you don't have to worry about it, and it's hands off and be like, okay, cool. Like if you're here, let me know, and then we'll link up.
Yeah, because Miami is a tourist attraction, right? I mean, the chances of you going to Miami, I mean, it's pretty high, right? So,
especially if you're an IG model and trying to, you know, show off
clout
like that.
And stuff like
yeah,
that.
So
yeah, you could have kind of finessed it and said, let me know the next time you're in Miami and we'll go ahead and link up. And I think he's a club promoter as well. So you could kind of finesse what he does for a living and say the next time you're in Miami, come to the club, I'll get you in for free. That way, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and even better, I was gonna say, so next, if he's a club promoter, then being like, oh, there's this really hot event that's happening in like next weekend or the weekend after. Let me know if you're able to come down or something like that. You can use the event as a way to like get her to be there sooner. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you can add to it. You're a freaking club promoter too.
Yeah.
Yo, what? He has plenty of options when you're at the club. So
right. You should be pulling girls left, right, and center if you're a club promoter, because women want to get into the club for free all the time.
Yeah, so that's okay. This guy, he did something wrong. Someone did not tell him that he doesn't need to be doing this.
Assuming this is real, I mean, this ain't game at all. You live in Miami, you're a club promoter, right? I looked on his Instagram, you know, he's living the lifestyle, or at least the perceived lifestyle. Right? You should be using that to your advantage with a little bit of game. You should be able to pull any woman that you want.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think this is kind of a flop for him. He should not, like, well, clearly if he's showing that kind of, like, maybe he does have the money and $400 is nothing to him. So it's like another guy spending $10 or something. You know what I mean? So maybe it wasn't that serious
I could be a millionaire. I could be a millionaire. If I lose $400, that's going to be a problem for me. Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if he's flossing on Instagram being like, oh, look at me, I have my, like, what is it, Lambos and all the sports cars, whatever. If you're showing that, then probably maybe the $400 is not really much to you. So I'm just trying to think of why he would put the gamble up. But anyways.
All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and end this video. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time.
Bye, guys.